Will Morales from Black Women TV. What's up, folks? What's going on?
So what's up, man?
What you doing?
For Siddiq and Shameik, you're coming back second season. How much more are we getting into the characters you're playing when hopefully you're going to go on for more continuous seasons? How much more has the persona changed from the first season? Shameik?
I don't think the persona is going to change much. I mean, these are people. I mean, everybody's persona is pretty much the same. I think the audience will get more familiar, especially how we had to shoot it because we were shooting during the pandemic. It's more performance dependent on each character. We have the opportunity to shine as actors this season, and the audience has an opportunity to become really familiar with their personalities and the relationships a little deeper. I mean, with Raekwon and Ghost, I feel like they, and Bobby, and met I think they were always in the show, so you were going to see, but I think now the relationships are really being highlighted differently because of what they couldn't do, bring in 50 extras walking into a club like Wu-Tang actually did. They're going to focus in more on me over Siddiq's shoulder, and I look at Siddiq, and then Siddiq is looking back. Oh, moments like that. Damani in the back with the, tossing it. You're going to see those little moments that really that you probably, it wouldn't have been shown like that if they didn't have restrictions, So they really honed in on our characters, and I think that's season 2. We really get familiar.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Siddiq? Where do we see your character evolving this season?
Yeah, no, I think that there's definitely some there's a natural progression of things and of my character. I mean, for one, becoming a father in the second season, having the pressures of having to support me and the baby and SHURRIE and that kind of just puts the pressure on the music and takes a little bit of the hypeness around kind of that rah-rah shit that Shameik just said, that, just wanting to kind of go off for the sake of going off and kind of just changing his perspective, because there's a lot more things that are on the line for Dennis, and that, then evolves into Ghostface this season. He has to kind of get a little more serious about some things and maybe not pop off as much as he did first season, because there's some consequences that he's trying to avoid in this second season. So,
and Damani, we get to see a lot more of you in here, talking about, what you're going to bring to the table and what everybody expects, as you got, are we getting the intro or are we getting deeper into it?
You're definitely going to learn a lot about you God, from the beginning to the going towards the end. It's a lot of different emotions, I feel like you're going to get to see a lot of sides of you God that a lot of people didn't see yet, like Siddiq was talking about the perspective, as one of the members in the clan, a lot of them was focused on music, but you God really wasn't so focused on that. He was still out on the streets and all that, you know what I'm saying? Doing what he did. And as you watch, you're going to see how things change.
Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, the first season took off. It's got its fan base. I love how each one of you have your own posters. How thrilling is that when people see you and, each of you have had previous work, but now people are looking at you and say, hey, do they still call you by your real name or do they call you by your character name? Shameik?
For me, people basically call me by my character names. If they see Wu-Tang, it's like, hey, yo, Raekwon, Shaolin, Malcolm. I get it all, honestly. I get all of them, so, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, people definitely, Ghostface Killa is one of the most iconic, people on this earth. So, obviously, me portraying him, I'm walking down the street and people, yo, that's Ghost, that's Ghost, that's Ghost. Which, it is what it is. It's a blessing, but I'm definitely trying to also be like, nah, I'm Siddiq Saunderson. Nice to meet you. I portray the iconic Ghostface Killer, but I got to be my own separate entity too. So, yeah.
Season 1, between your two characters, you were always looking like mean, like ready to fight. And season 2, early on, it's more calm. Like you mentioned, Ghost is a father. Shameik's trying to get more into the music. Damani's being introduced. So hopefully we left a little bit of that roughness away. We're going to see more of the music because people want to get into that. So I appreciate you guys coming on. Obviously, people are looking forward to season 2. Keep making it happen. I'm always here to support. We'll talk down the road.
All right.
Thank you, Wilson.
Appreciate you.